Hey guys, welcome back to another one of these Game Diff Grind videos. Today is August 21st, well into school now, a couple weeks in. I'll just show you what's been going on in this little project so far. So far anyway, until last time, I have basically started level 2 and created the spawn location, I guess. You'll see what I mean. So if I just load this up really quick, and then if I can just have this 3, 2, 1, go. Okay, there you go. Here's maximize. Just get some coins, right? Blah blah blah. You got the keys. At least, bam. Gets the coin, why not? Got the things updating. Just kill this guy. Cause why not? Dead. And now if I go through here, there's an invisible load trigger thing. It's called a scene load trigger. As you can see, new level has been loaded, the surroundings, color, guy's still here, and the health bar and the number of coins I have is transferred over from level 1. As long as, well, actually I picked up the key there, so. But if I had the key, and then I went through this gate, or through the level 1 gate, to this level, that key that I picked up from level 1 would still show up here. Anyways, let me show you how that works, because it's actually a pretty complex process, more complex than you might think. So, oh, and also I've cleaned up everything, so got everything under prefabs, so I can just use them whenever. If I'm creating level 2, which I'll show you right now, I actually use those prefabs here. Just go back to level 1, see that they're pretty much the same except for one thing here. I think it might be a scene load trigger that's different, but anyways, first I had to create this scene load trigger, which is this thing right here. It's the invisible wall that when you collide with, you get transported to level 2. So that code, or that, basically looks like this right here. Right here, if I collide with it, or if I trigger it, then if it's the player that has collided with it, then the scene manager will load the scene, and the load scene string is just level 2 right here. And after that, the new player, or the player, just in the layman terms, is set to the spawn position, which is the same as the spawn location prefab, which I can just place anywhere. Let me show you. It's like an invisible thing, so if I wanted him or the player to spawn up here, I could just run this really quick. Just give it a couple seconds, maybe a couple more, maybe a couple more, there you go. And then I spawn up here. So essentially that's like an easy way to streamline positioning the spawn location. So that's the easy part. The hard part is getting the coins and the UI elements to transfer over from level 1. So let me show you how that works. And also transferring the player over from level 1, since the UI is essentially referencing what the player is having right now. So let me zoom in for you guys. And let's see. So go to the new player. Actually, let's zoom out a little. And it's all because the reason why we can transfer over from different scenes or levels is because of this beautiful thing. Oh my gosh. It's called awake, and it's basically a start function that happens before start. So this will happen before this, and let me just try and explain with my tiny little brain what's going on here. So this runs first when the scene is loaded. If the game object or GameObject.find new player, then you destroy itself. I'll go back to that, what that means. I probably just sounded like hieroglyphics to you, but let's start off with this then. On start, the player is loaded, and it is named to new player. Now, why is that important? It's important because of this. Let's say after this start function, you're spawned in. Right? You get the key. You get the key in level 1. Gotta say that. You get the key in level 1, and you open the gate. You get this key, and you open this gate. Now, when you collide with this invisible seed load trigger right here, you get spawned here. Now, what's gonna happen when it loads is that the player from level 1 will actually have to be destroyed, because that's just how everything works in Unity. And level 2, we want the player from level 1 to be transferred over to level 2 and not be destroyed. So what we do is that we essentially create two players. First is the level 1 player, which we name new player. And then when we go over to level 2, the scene loads. This thing doesn't make it so that Unity destroys the level 1 player. But this is essentially saying that if we find a level 1 player, or the player from level 1, that is transferred over to level 2, if we find that player, then we destroy the duplicate that gets produced, because that's just how Unity works. The player will be loaded in as the scene is loaded in. So all in all, in like a quick review, the level 1 player the level 1 loads, and then the level 1 player is renamed new player. The position is spawned or is set, and the new player is spawned in that position. The player gets the key and opens the gate and walks through. Level 2 loads, and then both the level 2 player named, which is in this case named player, and the level 1 player named new player. You can see why hopefully you can see why it's getting important. The level 1 player new player is present in level 2. Now those two players can't be there. However, because of the code we have in the awake function, when Unity finds a game object called new player, in other words the player from level 1, the level 2 player will now destroy itself upon that discovery of the level 1 player. Then, as a result, level 1 player and the inventory will be able to be preserved, as they are now in level 2. Holy moly, I just realized I went so over than usual. 8 minutes and 30 seconds. My bad. Anyways, that is how that works. It took me quite a long time to figure that out. I did not know scene loading was this complicated and complex and cacophonous and cannibalistic? I don't know. I'm just trying to think of words that start with C. I was watching like Hannibal Lecter highlights of him just cooking. I was like, wow, not gonna lie, looks kind of good. Yeah, after that statement, I'm gonna be put on an FBI watch list. But anyways, that's it for today. Thank you for coming by. Adios.